this has profoundly renewed the hopes of the people of the Northwest geopolitical zone in a better Nigeria. The signing of this bill comes on the heels of the recent policy decision that underline President Tinubu's fervent patriotism and his determination to ensure that growth and development permeates every region of the country. One recalls the recent Supreme Court ruling in support of local government autonomy, which has been hailed by the Northern Governors Forum for its potential to energize development at the grassroots. We, the House of Representatives Northwest Caucus, are particularly gratified with the signing of this bill, which was sponsored by no other person than the Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibrin Barrow, in the effort to ginger the economic and social development of the geopolitical zone and restore parity to a people who for years were forced to watch as their lands were ravaged by gratuitous violence of bandits and other miscreants. Hopefully, the Commission will cause the rebuilding of our ruined infrastructure from roads, schools, health facilities, markets, to homes and places of worship, business premises, and other social amenities. Perhaps, even more importantly, this Commission brings renewed hope to a geopolitical zone whose social fabric and mental well-being have been brutalized by a senseless violence that has been unabating and infectious. The sporadic attacks have since escalated into multi-dimensional crisis that has hampered agricultural activities and trade, and turned some of the most industrious and thriving communities in the Northwest geopolitical zones into ghost towns as people flee their homes and become refugees. This has manifestly impacted on the famous cross-border trade and flourishing agricultural business between geopolitical zone and the neighboring countries. Most of our border constituencies, which were historically vibrant commercial centers with massive large-scale farmers exporting produce to various parts of Africa, including Niger Republic, Mali, Benin Republic, have since been abandoned by farmers, importers, and exporters due to this wanton violence. As a result, internally generated revenues in these states have been negatively affected. Politically, in voting so overwhelmingly for President Tinubu in the last election, the Northwest geopolitical zone had hoped that the famous Aswaju, who had shown himself to be a patriotic of the first order and a man who believed in fairness and equity, would make policy decisions that will bring development to our states by rescuing them from the evils of banditry and cross-border terrorism. This commission is therefore a tremendous boost to the valiant efforts of governors of the Northwest geopolitical zone, and it has further and justified our trust in President Tinubu's commitment to help reform this geopolitical zone and place it on a sound pedestal. We must, however, appeal to the President to intensify efforts in addressing the security challenges still prevalent in the geopolitical zones, particularly in other parts of the country at large. A broader security sector reform will enable our people to return to their normal lives, leading to positive changes in economic development and social order. On behalf of the entire members of the Northwest Caucus of the House of Representatives and the millions of people we represent, we wish to thank Mr. President for his unabating efforts in leading this country through difficult times, and to appeal to Nigerians to continue to give this government their unalloyed support. That is why members of the National Assembly, and particularly members of the Northwest political zone, and indeed other political, traditional, religious leaders in the Northwest geopolitical zone, do not support the scheduled nationwide protest planned by some elements to further disrupt the very delicate balance of the country right now. We appeal to the peaceful and law-abiding people of the Northwest geopolitical zone who have suffered enough disruption of their peace not to join in this